2011-12 Reading F.C. season. The 2011-12 season was Reading Football Club's fourth consecutive season in the championship. It was Brian McDermott's second full season in charge. Despite a poor start, which saw them 23rd in the table at one point, Reading went on to win 17 of 23 games in the second half of the season, securing the championship title and ensuring promotion back to the Premier League. McDermott was named the LMA Championship Manager of the season for the achievement. Season review. Pre-season transfers. On 2 June, Reading announced that longtime defender and club captain Ivar Ingemarsson was being released, along with David Mooney, Abdoulaye Belbaghi, Danny Joyce, James Rowe and Eric Opsahl. It was also revealed that Julian Kelly and Scott Davies were also leaving to join Notts County and Crawley Town respectively. On the same day, Reading announced the signings of Australian youth internationals and brothers Cameron and Ryan Edwards from Perth Glory and the Australian Institute of Sport respectively, as well as confirming that Michael Lagertwood would be joining from Queen's Park Rangers for a substantial fee upon the opening of the transfer window. On 6 July, Reading released pictures of their new kits for the upcoming season. On 7 July, Matthew Mills was sold to Leicester City for a substantial fee rumoured to be £5 million. On 13 July, the official squad numbers were released for the season, along with Joby McAnuff being named the new club captain following Matt Mills' departure. On 25 July, Reading announced that Bingani Khumalo had joined them on a season-long loan from Tottenham Hotspur and would take the number 26. On 8 August, Shane Long was sold to West Brom for an undisclosed amount, believed to be £4.5 million, rising to £6.5 million in clauses. Friendlies. On 2 June, Reading announced that they would be partaking in a pre-season trip to Slovenia to play 2 games between 11 and 20 July, but the opponents had yet to be confirmed. It was also announced that Reading would have a friendly away against Northampton Town on 27 July. The Reading team split into the first team and the Reading zone. The Reading Roman 11 played their first pre-season friendly against Reading F.C, losing 3-2 with goals from Jordan Abita and Gozi Agu. Abita's goal then led him to being called up to the first 11's trip to Slovenia. The Reading Roman 11's second pre-season game was against Swindon Supermarine, and they won 3-0 with goals from Brett Williams, Michael Caine, and David Murphy. On Reading's second game of their tour of Slovenia, they lost 3-1 to Karabakspor. Sinan Kalaglu scored first for Karabakspor after 2 minutes, before Brynjar Gunnarsson equalized 2 minutes later. Sinan Kalaglu went on to secure the win for Karabakspor and secure his hat-trick with goals in the 18th and 40th minutes. August. On 1 August, Ben Hamer joined Charlton Athletic for an undisclosed amount. Reading started the season on 6 August with a 2-2 draw against Millwall. Millwall took the lead through ex-Reading striker Darius Henderson on 49 minutes, before John Markey doubled their lead on 62. Reading then brought on substitute Matthew Mansett, who scored a quick-fire double in the 86th and 89th minutes to level the game and share the points. On 9 August, it was announced that Reading's first-round League Cup game against Charlton Athletic at the Valley was postponed after police advice, along with a host of other football fixtures including the international friendly between England and the Netherlands due to the ongoing 2011 London riots. Reading's second game of the season was away to Leicester City on 13 August. Reading came away with a victory thanks to second-half goals from Noel Hunt and Hal Robson-Kanu. Reading's midweek clash was away to Portsmouth on 16 August, and ex-Reading striker Dave Kitson scored the only goal of the game in the 51st minute to subject Reading to their first defeat of the season. On 20 August, Reading hosted Barnsley and suffered their second defeat of the season, losing 2-1. Barnsley took the lead in the 27th minute through Stephen Foster. Reading started off the second half by winning 2 penalties in the space of 3 minutes. First of all, Jimmy Keeb was fouled by J. McEveley in the box, but the resulting penalty was saved from Ian Hart. The second penalty saw Hal Robson-Kanu fouled in the area, and this time Hart handing the ball to Noel Hunt. On 68 minutes, Barnsley doubled their lead thanks to Matt Dunn. Reading pulled 1 goal back after being awarded a third penalty on 74 minutes. This time Hal Robson-Kanu took penalty and converted it past Luke Steele. Reading signed defender Joseph Mills from Southampton on a free transfer on 20 August and followed it with the signature of Kaspars Gorks from Queen's Park Rangers for an undisclosed amount on the 24th. On 26 August, Reading signed Adam LaFonder from League Two Rotherham United for an undisclosed fee, believed to be around £400, and 2 days later Brett Williams went the opposite way to Rotherham United on loan until the end of January 2012. Then, next day, Reading played Hull City away and suffered their third defeat in a row courtesy of a Robbie Brady goal, leaving Reading in 20th place at the end of August. September. Reading started September by losing their 4th straight game with defeat at home to Watford on the 10th. The goals in this game came from Mark Yeats on 12 minutes and John Eustace on 51. This defeat saw Reading drop to 23rd in the Championship. 7 days later, Reading hosted Doncaster Rovers at home and managed to hold their losing streak by winning 2-0 thanks to goals from Simon Church and Adam LaFondra's first for the club. On 24 September, Reading visited Coventry City and drew 1-1. Both goals came in the first half. Coventry took the lead through Gary McSheffrey after 2 minutes, but Simon Church equalised 8 minutes later. On 27 September, Reading announced that midfielders Jake Taylor and Brian Howard had joined Exeter City and Millwall respectively on loan. Later on in the day, Reading faced Bristol City at Ashton Gate, with Bristol City taking a 2-0 lead with goals from Albert Adama in the 22nd and Brett Pittman in the 58th minute. However, Reading came back to win 2-3 after Joby McAnuff and Adam LaFonder both scored within 3 minutes of each other before Matthew Mansett found the winner in the 4th minute of stoppage time. October. Reading started October with a 0-0 home draw against Middlesbrough on 1st and followed it up 10 days later with an away win at Burnley thanks to a Jem Carrican goal in the 9th minute of injury time. Reading's next game on 19 October was a 2-2 draw at home to Derby County. Theo Robinson opened the scoring in the 59th minute, with Adam LaFonder equalising in the 65th minute. Thomas Sicker restored Derby's lead in the 75th minute, only for LaFonder to get his second and square the game 2 minutes later. On the 22nd, Reading hosted Southampton in that weekend's late kickoff. Michael Lagert would put Reading in front in the 71st minute. Southampton then had Dean Hammond sent off for 2 yellow cards in the 70th and 77th minute, but Steve de Ridder managed to equalise in the 80th minute to end the game 1-1. Reading's last game of October saw them go away to Crystal Palace and earn a 0-0 drawn, which meant that they had gone the month without defeat and extended their unbeaten run 8 games. November. Reading's first game of November was an away trip to Nottingham Forest, which the lost 1-0 after a 75th strike from Marcus Tudgay. This ended an 8-game unbeaten run. On the 6th, Reading hosted Birmingham City, and thanks to a 75th strike from Noel Hunt, won the game 1-0. 19 November saw Reading host Cardiff City at the Majesty Stadium. Cardiff took the lead through a second-minute goal from Peter Whittingham, while Mark Hudson made it 2-0 in the 70th minute. Reading pulled 1 goal back in the 77th through Jimmy Keeb, but could not find a second, losing the game 1-2. The following weekend, Reading travelled to Ipswich Town. Ipswich took the lead in the 56th minute after a Darrell Murphy strike before Kaspars Gorks briefly levelled things in the 76th, before another Ipswich goal in the 79th minute by Josh Carson. Reading managed to steal all 3 points with 2 goals in stoppage time thanks to Alex Pearce in the 91st and Noel Hunt 93rd. Reading's last game of November was at home to Peterborough United, which they won 3-2. Peterborough took the lead through Tommy Rowe in the 16th minute before Simon Church equalised in the 27th. After the break, Reading took the lead in the 78th minute, thanks to Hal Robson-Kanu before extending their lead 2 minutes later through Adam LaFonder. Emile Sinclair pulled a late goal back for Peterborough in the 90th minute. January. On 1 January 2012, Marcus Williams left the club on a free transfer to join Sheffield United. The next day, Reading suffered their first defeat in 4 games away at Cardiff City, losing 3-1. All the goals came in the first half, with Cardiff taking a 3-0 lead through Joe Mason, Aaron Gunnarsson and Kenny Miller, before Joby McAnuff scored Reading's solitary goal on half-time. On 7 January 2012, Reading were knocked out of the FA Cup by League One side Stevenage after losing 1-0 at home to a Darius Charles goal in the 20th minute. On 9 January 2012, it was announced that Alex McCarthy had signed a contract extension until 2015 and also gone out on loan to Ipswich Town for 3 months. On 12 January 2012, Reading announced the signing of Republic of Ireland @21 international Carl Shepard from Shamrock Rovers on a free transfer. Reading returned to winning form on 14 January away at Watford. Watford took the lead through a Sean Cummings own goal after 29 minutes, but Jimmy Keeb fired home the equaliser on 42 to see the sides in level at half-time. Reading's winner was thanks to substitute Adam LaFonder, who netted with 5 minutes remaining to give Reading all the points. On 20 January, Reading announced that Russian investment group Thames Sports Investment had agreed a deal with Sir John Majski to buy a significant holding in Reading F.C. The deal see Majski stay on as chairman until 2014 and provide Brian McDermott and Nick Hammond with funds to spend during the January transfer window. 21 January saw Reading lose at home to another promotion contender, Hull City, when Robbie Brady scored the only goal of the game after 66 minutes. On 24 January, Jimmy Keeb signed a new contract keeping him at the club until the summer of 2014. On 26 January, Tom S. Sika joined Reading on a free transfer from Derby County until the end of the season. On the same day, the club also announced the signing of Jason Roberts on an 18-month contract from Blackburn Rovers for an undisclosed fee. 2 days later, Jason Roberts scored on his debut against Bristol City, converting his saved penalty on 58 minutes after Louis Carey had been shown a straight red card. On transfer deadline day 31 January 2012, Reading announced the signing of Matthew Connolly on loan till the end of the season from QPR, while Bengani Kumalo's loan was ended early and he returned to Tottenham Hotspur. During January, Nigerian defender Chibuzer Okonkwo was also on trial at the club. February started off for Reading with the postponement of their championship game against Doncaster Rovers due to a frozen pitch at the Keepmoat Stadium. This game was later rescheduled for 13 March. On 8 February 2012, young defender Angus MacDonald joined League Two Torquay United on loan until the end of the season, and Brett Williams joined Northampton Town on loan for a month. Also on 8 February, Joseph Mills signed a new 2.5-year contract, keeping him at the Majski until 2014. On 9 February, another young Reading player, Lawson Daft, joined Yeovil Town on loan for a month. After the postponement of the Doncaster game, Reading's first game of February was a 2-0 win at home to Coventry City on 11 February, thanks to goals from Jimmy Keeb and Jason Roberts, his second in 2 games for Reading. They then travelled away to Derby County for a midweek game on the 14th, which they won 1-0 thanks to a 61st-minute goal from Noel Hunt. Reading were back at home on 17 February for the game against Burnley, which saw Jason Roberts net his 3rd goal in 4 games to secure a 1-0 win. On 22 February, After rumors linking him with the vacant Wolves job, Brian McDermott signed a new contract with Reading, keeping him at the Maidski Stadium until 2015. On 24 February, it was confirmed that Matthew Mansett had joined Chinese Super League side Shanghai Shenhua on loan until 30 June 2012. The next day saw Reading in action against fellow promotion chasers Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium. Noel Hunt's first half goal and Ian Hart's superb free kick saw Reading come away with another 3 points and meant that they had won all 4 games played in February. March. On 2 March it was announced that Jordan Arbeiter would be joining Gillingham on loan for a month. On 3 March, Reading came from 1-0 down away to Millwall to win 2-1 thanks to goals from Hal Robson-Kanu and substitute Adam LaFonder, who extended their winning run to 6 games. Reading extended their winning run to 7 on 6 March, with a 1-0 victory over Portsmouth thanks to a first-half goal from Noel Hunt. On 8 March, it was announced that Brian McDermott had been nominated for February's Manager of the Month for 4 wins out of 4, while Adam Federisai had been nominated for Player of the Month for keeping 4 clean sheets in the 4 wins. The next day, it was announced that both McDermott and Federisai had won the awards. On 10 March, Reading played Leicester City at the Maidski Stadium and came away with their 8th win on the trot, 3-1 thanks to goals from Michael Lagertwood, Jason Roberts and Simon Church, with Neil Dans scoring Leicester City's consolation goal in the 92nd minute. On 13 March, Reading played their rearranged away fixture against Doncaster Rovers, which ended 1-1, ending Reading's winning streak but continuing their unbeaten run. Their goal was courtesy of Alex Pearce. On 15 March, Reading announced the signing of Hayden Mullins on loan until the end of the season from Portsmouth. On 17 March, Reading headed to Barnsley, and after a goalless first half, early second half goals from Joby McAnuff and Jem Carrican gave Reading the lead. Reading added another from Carrican midway through the second half and then a 4th thanks to Jason Roberts in the 89th minute. This victory extended their unbeaten run to 10 games and moved them 3 points clear of West Ham United in second place. On 20 March, Reading's unbeaten run came to an end away at Peterborough United, losing 3-1. Reading took the lead through Noel Hunt in the 20th minute, before George Boyd equalised 5 minutes later. Peterborough took the lead in the 34th minute thanks to Tyrone Barnett, before Paul Taylor finished the scoring 8 minutes from time. Despite the defeat, Reading remained in second place. On 22 March, Reading announced the loan signing of Binnick from Arsenal until the end of the season. On 24 March, Reading got back to winning ways with a 3-1 home victory over Blackpool, with the goals coming from Ian Hart and Alex Pearce in the first half and Michael Lagertwood in the second. Blackpool's goal was scored by Lamana Lualua. Alex McCarthy was recalled from his loan with Ipswich Town on 28 March due to an injury to Mikkel Anderson. Reading saw out March the way they started by winning their 6th game of the month away to West Ham United. Reading went 1-0 down inside 10 minutes to Carlton Cole's goal before 2 goals at the end of the first half through Kaspars Gorks and Noel Hunt saw Reading goal in at the break ahead. The second half saw a converted penalty from Ian Hart and a Ricardo Vasti header make it 2-3, before Michael Lagertwood sealed the win with his 4th goal of the season, making it 2-4 victory to Reading. April. On 5 April, it was announced that McDermott had been nominated for March's Manager of the Month. The next day, before Reading's home game against Leeds United, it was announced that McDermott had won the Manager of the Month. Reading's first game in April was on Good Friday against Leeds United, which they won 2-0 thanks to 2 late Adam LaFonder goals after Leeds had Zach Thompson sent off in the 12th minute. Reading then travelled to Brighton and Hove Albion on 10 April and secured a narrow 1-0 victory after a deflected Ian Hart free kick in the 14th minute. Reading then played Southampton at the St Mary's on 13 April. Reading took the lead through Jason Roberts in the 19th minute before Ricky Lambert leveled it for the Saints in the 3 minutes into the second half. McDermott then introduced Adam LaFonder as a 64th-minute sub, who scored in the 72nd and 90th minutes to win the game 3-1 for Reading. On 17 April, Reading beat Nottingham Forest 1-0 at home. With West Ham United's 1-1 draw against Bristol City the same evening, Reading were automatically promoted to the Premier League. 4 days later, their 2-2 draw with Crystal Palace, coupled with Southampton's 2-1 defeat at Middlesbrough, ensured they would be promoted as division champions. Reading's last game of the season was away to Birmingham City, which they lost 2-0. On 3 May it was announced that Adam LaFonder had been nominated for the April Player of the Month after scoring 5 goals during the month. Following the close of the season, Brian McDermott was named Championship Manager of the Year at the League Managers Association Awards as voted by fellow professional managers. Reading would release 13 players at the end of the season. They included Andy Griffin, who played 42 games for Reading after joining the club in 2010, Brian Howard, who played 67 games for the club in 3 years, and Thomas Sicko, who joined Reading in the January but only played 4 times. Transfers in out, loans in, loans out, released, squad. As of match played 28 April 2012. Left club during season. Note: flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Petitions. Updated to match played 28 April 2012. Source: competitions. Pre-season friendlies. Championship. Results summary. Results by round. Fixtures and results. League table. League Cup. Reading's first round tie against Charlton, drawn for 9 August 2011, was postponed on police advice due to the riots happening in London. It was later rearranged to be played on Tuesday, 23 August 2011. FA Cup. Squad statistics. Appearances and goals. As of match played 28 April 2012. Top scorers. As of match played 28 April 2012. Disciplinary record. As of match played 28 April 2012. Awards. Player of the Season. LMA Manager of the Year Championship. PFA Team of the Year Championship. Player of the Month. Manager of the Month. Team of the Week. PFA Player in the Community. Championship Apprentice of the Year. Team Kit. The 2011-12 Reading F.C. kits. Supplier Puma. Sponsors Waitrose.